Bro, I gotta address this topic about dating black women dating thugs because I get so tired of seeing videos talking about how when the black women are young, they date pookies, they date ray rays, they date thugs, they date rappers and all this stuff. And when they mature and get older, then they start looking for the Russell Wilsons out there and stuff. No, they don't, bro. No, they don't. I seen that dude AMS, right? Alpha Male Strategies. He did a video some time ago, not really some time ago, that was early this year. He was talking about how when he was young, he'd go to the club and all the D-boys were sitting in the VIP section, had all the girls around and blue, 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 blue. And he was like, but where them dudes at now? And I guess he was trying to tell y'all to, your time is coming, to wait your time. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry about what them dudes doing right now. Your time is coming because they're going to be gone. But the thing that y'all don't understand is you saying when these women mature, you're talking as if the street dudes don't grow out of street life.
You're pretty much dead if you're not growing. That's like saying you're a grown man and you're still in a young mentality. And then you may have an identity, but that don't mean you can't grow out of that identity and grow into more. You're not limited by age to stop growing mentally or spiritually.
You're talking as if the street dudes don't grow out of street life. That's the ignorance of everything y'all say. When the women mature, they start dating. Nah, bro, that's not what it is. Part of the women problem is they don't mature with the men. Look, take it from me. I was a street dude. And as I was going through my stages, right, my transitional stages, right, from being that wild, hot-headed young dude that got me all the bullet holes in my body and stuff, right? When I was going through the stages of transitioning from that dude to who I am now, the black women that knew me back then wouldn't date me. We clashed. We started splitting up. I started meeting new sisters, right? I started mainly educated sisters, college educated, them kind of women, right? I started meeting new sisters. Y'all talk like the men don't mature. When AMS was asking where they at right now, they at the job with you, bro. Where you think they at? Where you think they at? They the dude that own a small business. What do you think they at? They at your job? They standing in the grocery store line with you? Probably got a kid on their back, a kid on their side, a woman walking around with a basket, you know what I'm saying? That's the thug. The problem is you expecting these dudes to stay the same way their entire life. We don't stay that way, bro. We don't stay that way, bro. We grow up also. And I'm not trying to say that street life is a sign of immaturity. It's just a stage. It's a stage where your tolerance is different. Your risk tolerance is different, you know what I'm saying? You out there, you wilding and stuff, you just living differently. But you grow out of that stage. At a certain point in life, you start having kids, you start having people around you care about, you start having people depending on you, and you start changing. It's just inevitable, bro. Y'all are focused on a few clowns that's out there 40 years old, 45 years old, still trying to act like they 20. But most black men who go through that stage, they're not like that in their 40s, bro. They're not even like that in their late 30s. By mid to late 30s, they transition out of street life, bro. And that's the point that y'all don't understand. Street life has a window. Thug life has a window. And men grow out of that window. So when you hear these dudes keep saying stuff like, oh, when they're young, they date the thug, and when they get old, they want the good guy. It's not that, bro. If they didn't like you when they was young, they're not gonna like your ass now. You know what I'm saying? All this revenge porn that y'all do, because that's what it is. All this revenge porn, we gonna get the pookies and ray rays later in life. No, you not, bro. Because most of them dudes gonna be married, man. All my criminal friends are married. All of them. And been married a long time. Even the ones who did 10, 12 years in prison came home, got married. And been home about 20 years now, and they still married. What are y'all talking about? I remember one day I was standing in the line, right? And I bumped into I ain't gonna say his name. I ain't gonna say his name, right? Dude is a joker, man. Dude is a practical joker, but he got some bodies though, you know what I'm saying? He bought his business. But he's a lighthearted dude, always joking, real jovial, you know what I'm saying? and we bumped into each other in line, and then a third dude come in. I'm not gonna say his name either. He's the same way. He's a wig splitter, right? But all of us now retired from street life. We're at the Sprint store, and this was only like a year after I got out of prison. And we bump into each other, me and him talking first, and the third dude come away, oh man, what's up? And we ain't seen each other in years, you know what I'm saying? Because all of them went to jail at different times, we was gone at different times, you know what I'm saying? And we standing there talking, and I'm thinking to myself, you just really never know who you're around. Here we got 3 certifieds right here in the Sprint store. They got work uniforms on and everything. I got a small business, they got work uniforms on. And the average person around have no idea what kind of men we are. Because you don't know these people. You are looking for your idea of a thug to be running around here at 40 years old the same way as some 20-year-old with his pants hanging off his butt. But y'all gotta wake up, man. Y'all gotta kill this revenge porn, man. Them dudes living their life. While y'all talking about these kinds of dudes, first of all, dudes like Future are not alpha males. I keep telling y'all that. Y'all using the wrong kinds of men. Street life have all kinds out there. You got brutes and savages out there, and you got dudes that's out there that's purely for economic reasons. But those dudes that's out there for purely economic reasons, they gotta be just as hardened as the brutes and savages. Otherwise, the brutes and savages will overrun them. Y'all are focused on the brutes and savages, but here's what you don't know. A lot of those brutes and savages were not good with women even back then. They didn't have the top women messing with them, bro. So they not gonna have the top women messing with them later in life. But the dudes that was in the streets that had women, they still got women. What y'all talking about? Y'all need to stop this revenge porn. You can't hurt these dudes. You can't hurt them, bro. Let me tell you about some of the characters I ran the streets with. This is real talk. And I'm gonna say this dude's name for everybody from New Orleans. We're gonna give a shout out to Two Pistol. Now that was his real nickname, Two Pistol. Now, when I first met Two, we got linked up to a third party. But when he walked up to me, I had to make a phone call because the dude I was looking at, I just couldn't imagine him and the reputation being the same person. You hear his reputation, you hear, I mean, the dude wasn't no joke, bruh. It wasn't no joke. But I got this dude pull up in some clear duck. We used to call them duckies back in the days. No, little clear glasses. That was a style at one time in New Orleans, bruh. Dudes look like b-boys. They would dress, with like little glass frames, little glasses. Now, they wasn't prescribed. It was just like clear glasses. He had like a kufi on his head. You know what I'm saying? He got clear glasses, a kufi on. I mean, he was dressed like Fresh Prince for Bel Air. I mean, this dude was dressed like a buster. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, man, who the? So I make a call, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna give a shout out to Mr. Hicks. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, Mr. Hicks, what's up, man? He said, oh, what's up? I said, you know Two, huh? He said, yeah, I know Two. I said, he over here. He said, oh, put him on the phone. So I said, hey, man, Mr. Hicks wants you. He said, oh, okay. He run and grab the phone, and they start running it. So I'm like, this is him. You know what I'm saying? This is him. But, I mean, I just could not connect the reputation to the man I was looking at. They had a dude in New Orleans, right? This nigga was a monster too, right? He used to have his hair all whipped to the side, all fly and stuff, like a Liberace type dude. He was all fly all the time. Boy, but the dude was a monster. You play with him if you want to, he gonna take your head off. But all he wanted to do was be clean. I mean, you didn't know if he was like a Prince type character, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this was the 80s. He was like a Prince type character, you know what I'm saying? But he was a monster, you know? I mean, the dude was a pure monster. He wasn't no joke. And I mean, he had his hair all waved and whipped to the side and everything. I mean, but that was his style, you know? I've seen all kind in the streets, bro. Y'all are looking for something that don't exist. You're looking for your idea of what a thug looks like. You're looking for your idea. See, y'all too busy looking at people like Future. Future's a savage, bro. He's a savage that got rich in music. Savages are savages, whether they're rich or poor. And players are players, whether they're rich or poor. People are what they are, whether they're rich or poor. Most dudes are not like Future. Most dudes in the streets are not like Future. Most dudes will not sit around and make no damn song talk about Molly Percocets and all this and stuff, man. This is crazy. Come on, man. Most women wouldn't date Future right now with all the money the dude is an animal. most women would not have nothing to do with a man like Future. But y'all looking for certain characteristics in these men that probably was never in those men. Most of the dudes I ran the streets with were very smart, highly intelligent. I mean, they're nothing like y'all think. And this is why when they finally transitioned away from the game, either they made enough money to get out clean, you know what I'm saying, or they didn't. You know, they just had to get out. You know, maybe they got busted, did a little time, and then had to get out like that. Either however they lead the game, they transition out at some point. And when they transition out, you know, now they just Joe Q citizen, man, walking around you all day, every day. You don't know that they are there because you don't know what you're looking at. Y'all looking for savages. The savages would and the hustlers are different kinds of people. That's your problem. They are all under the category of thugs according to y'all, but they are not the same kinds of people. You know what I'm saying? They're not the same kinds of people. And this is the problem y'all have. What y'all call it mature is these women start going to college and all this and stuff, and they become bougie. That's what y'all really talking about. So when they become bougie, they start looking for more bougie type men that they're never happy with. And when they turn bougie, they want black men that's more like white men or liked by and acceptable to white men. That's what they're looking for. We talking about this single path of importance again, right? They want black men that act a certain way. Whoa! And that's what they're looking for. Y'all making it sound like it's only one side. It's not like that, bro. You know, a lot of these men wouldn't deal with these women either. They wouldn't deal with them. I hate to tell y'all, man, but thugs grow up too. You know what I'm saying? I hate to tell y'all, bro. I just hate, I don't know what else to tell y'all, man. You know, AMS, Alpha Male Strategies, with that hating that stuff he doing. Say, bro, you ain't got to look for them dudes. Them dudes standing next to you, you just don't know it, bro. Them dudes standing next to you every day. You walk past them dudes every day. You just don't know it. You just don't know it. You see them dudes every day. While you at work, while you driving down the street, businesses you go into, they working in there. You know what I'm saying? At the front desk, they're at the cash register. You see these cats every day. You just don't know it. Stocking shelves somewhere, or they might even be a manager somewhere. I mean, I know some of them cats came home and got good jobs, came out of prison and got good jobs. Because you got to remember, when I was in federal prison, they were still giving college courses back then. So you can get a whole college degree while you was in the feds. You know what I'm saying? I took college courses. I mean, I'm telling y'all just don't know. So, I mean, you don't know what you're looking at, bro. Get off this revenge porn, man. Them dudes ain't going to end up in a bad place later on in life. The only thing happens is they got stories they can tell. They got things they experience that you never experienced. Whether it's the women, the girls, the fast-paced life, the money, you know, they got experiences that they can share that you can't share. Other than that, y'all probably gonna end up in the exact same place later on. You're not gonna end up ahead of them. That's the fantasy of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why you want to end up ahead of them. You should just want to get you. That's what you should really want. Just get you. So let's kill this noise that later on the women gonna end up with the good guys. You know what I'm saying? Because these dudes y'all call bad, most of them dudes are not even that bad. And then most of these dudes y'all consider to be good guys are not really that good. Street life is no indicator of characteristics. It's no indicator of virtues, of morals, of ethics, none of that stuff, man. It just depends on why a person is out there. So for the last time, you gotta understand, not only do thugs need love too, thugs do get older. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, I'm out of here, Brother Kush, aka the Blackout Surround.